Welcome. I'm your host, Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom, Hypno Acuity, and Cowboy Wisdom Podcasts. Tonight, we're presenting 7 ways why my liberating lingo liberates me from me. That is something I want really people to understand. All the gobbledygook you think your parents did everything, that's all a memory and a frozen in time representation within you. So when you want to stop wheeling and dealing in the drama and trauma and all the pity me crap of your life, understand, I liberate me from me with communicative camaraderie. There's 7 ways why my liberating lingo shows me communicative camaraderie exhilarates my present moment communication to hearken other people's wisdom and my daily events, encounters, and experiences, insight and clarity. As insight calms me internally, I express the wisdom insight to energize the communication between me and all the parties involved within the conversation, for the conversation to rise of wisdom, polish the enterprising prowess, energizing the calm breezes of easy leisure, acumen, ability, agility, and audacity. As my universe fills my life with lavish, endless cash flow, as I glow of gratitude, appreciating me, myself, and I, my desired lifestyle, and my moneyed up, accomplished outcomes. As I listen for the wisdom to expand me, as I shut off hearing the response of my thinking, memory, knowing mind, because my thinking, knowing, memory, mind is wound and bound from yesterday with unrealized boundaries within myself. That unlatches my innermost cells of hell and liberates me from me as I put myself through, because it is me that creates my trauma, drama, insecurities, immaturity from my thinking, memory, mind that controls me from my subconscious mind, frozen in time representations. With full of unrealized trauma, traumatized emotion, dramatized, offended feelings that are activated or triggered from my memorized reactions to my daily experiences, encounters, events, chaos, challenges, adversity, and controversy are instant, as I awaken to understand, are instant, out of everywhere, confusion and awakening, sending my perfection programming into a tizzy dizzy fit, being a twit, spewing my overthinking delusions. As I now realize and admit, the world and all people speak from the past. And what I'm saying that is, if you read the world, they're saying heal, change. But what they're really saying is, we really have a mundane vocabulary that would talk about what's happened in the past. And an expert speaks from the past with very little futuristic foresight. Now futuristic foresight. See, we're afraid of the now because it's unknown. So it's easy to talk about the future because you ain't dealing with it right here, but yet you are. See, the past, present, and future all meet right here. And if you got a timeline, like my past, my future, my now. And see, some people got a straight in line timeline, but mine is, I'm lucky it's in and out. See, so when it comes from the past, it's right here. I address it, bless it, and confess it, and express it, and I color my future with my design lifestyle. And see, the world is stuck in speaking from the past and mundane and from education. Education is good, but it's a limitation in the here and now. Because that's all something you already know, And the world has been living in thinking no for how long? Because the world has never expanded out of war, poverty. You look around the world, there's places living the same today as they were 100 years ago. So as I awakened to this, I says, the world is stuck within itself. And see, you're never going to think and know and listen at the same time. So when I let go of thinking no, I open my listening lip to rise out of my overthinking trauma, drama, insecurities that created my delusional despair, thinking life is never fair, couch potato grouch, afraid of my talents. That is something people are really unaware of, but we're afraid of our own innovative talents because your unique, sleek, innovative talents will never fit inside the change he'll create personal growth, self-improvement world, or even inside psychology world, because it's unique to you, but it's for you to discover. You're actually the Christopher Columbus of your dreams. You're sailing the ocean as you're coming from England to land on your new world of lavish abundance. That's something I never realized until, well, for quite a few years ago, is we forgot to be the pioneers, the explorers, without understanding the new world or the new universe or the now universe and now world is right there. Oh, hit myself too hard. But anyway, and if you listen to the outside world, it's all stuck in third world enslaving mindsets, ancestor anchored survival mode, and indoctrinated educated ignorance. To me, that's why the liberating lingo of my communicative camaraderie rockets me right out of my mundane thinking into my troublemaker magic. I like that. Troublemaker magic. Because you're going to have be a little rebellious troublemaker to rise out of your current way of life, because your current way of life has you stifled where you're at. And something I really did, and something else, you look at the world outside of technology and medical advancements, the world is the same. 69 years old as of yesterday, the world's the same. Except it's went into more third world mindsets of business and education, because business and education lack the communicative skills to lead the world. They know how to lead inside of a box of it's all about me deception, but it doesn't realize it takes the electricians, the plumbers, and all the people to make the world go. And when you start keeping all the money at the top and you keep ruining the root of the world, which is the blue collar people, pretty soon that top is going to come this way. But, it's something we have to learn. But we've learned it through history. We've never understood the wisdom of history. We understand the misery of history because we live the misery of history. Because to rise out of history, you have to live in the present moment. It's like take the war in Russia and, oh God, I forgot that country. But anyway, you take that war in Russia or all the wars in the Middle East. When that conflict starts, the day before that conflict starts is when the world had the opportunity to rise out of history through communication, listening, and allowing the other person to speak, and understanding and coming together. That's just like in one of your life events. You want to rise out of the past? When that past is being aggravated in your present moment, but you go into the trauma, drama, and all the bullshit, then you stay the dipshit. I do. I'm supposed to be this professional, but I still do. I get a kick out of it. Oh, I do this and I do that. Then you listen then they're telling you about the upset of their life and all the turmoil in it. Whoever says they ain't got turmoil and worry, wart, wimpathy going through them, they're lying to you. Because I know I do. But the thing it isn't about it's going through me. I have the courage to address it, bless it, and confess it, and express it, and eliminate it. Because that in all that crap, there's wisdom, insight, and clarity. Because whatever is aggravating me in the physical world is a limitation I'm hiding in here. And that's what everybody's afraid of, is the present moment. The here and now wows me out of everything, but also wows my wanderer's lure, unleashing my campaigner's curiosity. But the world is stuck in a third world mindset through business, education, everything. Because people still think if you work for them, they own you, or they are trying to control you, or they're trying to manipulate you. Because the biggest lie that's never died is there's a free world. Because there's always somebody trying to control somebody. And, here in the United States, we have fell into control and we don't even realize it. It happened a long time ago, but you have to understand the manipulating balance of the world to liberate your now. In the third world mindset, you can see it now. And as and all the people, we're anchored in ancestor survival mode memories they taught us in history. See them history classes? All that survival mode stuff? That's a subconscious representation today. And we're also anchored in it from our ancestors' thinking and knowing that bestows people in history of what other people want you to understand or to know. See, education is secondhand information. It's really gossip of what other people want you to know. And you get up into the business schools, you got to understand who wrote that curriculum. Then you'll see the manipulation in the third world mindset. And all I'm saying is that you liberate yourself from you and being stuck in the herdocracy, followerocracy, and the turdocracy of the world. It's all about you liberating you. All the rest of it is just controlling bullshit. Let's just be what it is today. So now realize, admire, history stays the same, because when the chaos and the upheaval of, let's just take when Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait. We knew that was going to happen, but we never had the courage. Nobody had the communicative skills to do it. But of course, we also know what that was about. That was about money. And don't ever think war is to cure anything. War is about big money. Just be honest with it and be done with it. And see, when that chaos of let's say, let's just use Iran and Israel. When that was presented to us, the leaders didn't have the courage to communicate it away, because it's easier to go to war than to communicate. So what did Israel and Iran do? They fell back into war. And that's what they understand. That's what they know. The Middle East knows war. The whole world knows war. We don't lack the understanding of peace. And that's what the liberating lingo is all about. It's getting you a lingo that calms you internally. And and then when they go to war, it's like they start manipulating the citizenry of the country to get behind the leaders' worn out ways. There's no leadership in this world. When you understand that, you're the leader of your life. Every day your life presents you with liberating invitation, fostering enterprising wizardry, and emancipating events, encounters, and experiences to rise you out of yesterday. Because thinking and knowing and everything we learned in school is yesterday. Everything we understand now is within us. History repeats itself because the leaders do the same thing, or everybody does the same thing. When that event is occurring right here, or just hits the edge, we fall back into everything we've always done, and then we go through it, and then it becomes a representation again. And something I understand, the leadership of me listens every day, appreciating daredevilry, energizing, rebellious, savvy, hellaciously invigorates pioneering spirit to me. So to rise out of history and to you experience a communicative camaraderie through my liberating lingo, dismisses the stress, the unsettling situation to expand the world of peace and prosperity. And the liberating lingo for me is I let go of change, heal, create, transformation, forgiveness, think, know, learn, knowledge, thoughts, anything to do that come from here, from the past or learned in school. It's not that school's bad. They just taught us a language that has zero foresight. It's always been kind of like pulling a plow of disallow. As I opened up to understand, the liberating lingo is listen, inspiration, question, understand, comprehend, wisdom, revelations, energize, expand, energize, enterprise, your dreamer's paradises. And see all them words, listen, inspiration, question, understand, comprehend, wisdom, revelations, opens your intuition, imagination, innovation, and to listen to the now and the free-flowing energy. When you listen to the free-flowing energy within you, you never go back into your overthinking mind. Change, heal, create, transformation, forgiveness, self-help, personal growth, self-improvement, psychology, therapy, and all that never lets you out of the past. It keeps you living and experiencing your trauma, drama, and never quits talking about the past. When you rise of sovereign liberation, you quit being controlled by outside sources in your past, and liberation rises you to feel the free-flowing sovereign valor within here that opens up to your autonomous expansion as you just listen uninhibitedly to the airways of the universe in your daily life, and you expand through life with ease. This is my fun one. Politically incorrect inspiration dissolves politically correct perfection programming and rises you out of the misery of history and the desperation of society. That is grounded in cowboy wisdom, outlaw optimism, with an FO, with an F off, F that audacity. You got to be able to tell the world exactly how you feel in a liberating way, not an angry way, but a liberating way. Because you got to rise out of that male ego foresight. You got to rise out of that male ego stubbornness, know-it-all ignorance, and hard-headedness that keeps you stuck in your ancestors and your third world enslaving mindset. And I know who had a big third world enslaving mindset, and a little bit of that hard-headedness, but a whole lot of that stubbornness. Ugh, I'm looking at him right now. He's a handsome devil, but he can be a stubborn. You put your own adjectives in there. But when you rise out of that, because there is zero communication and zero imagination in education, because your imagination, innovation is all free flowing from within you. So you really open up to understand we rise out of history, and you rise out of every event that you wanted to rise out of, you do it right now, right here. Because trying to go through and rehash the drama, because your daily life is an agitator. Then that inner dialogue, he or she's a con artist. So you're dealing with things, and people say, "Oh, a positive inner dialogue." That inner dialogue will never be positive. You can when something's happening, you got to innovate that with inspiration in the present moment. A lot of the stuff I hear anymore is just burping BS to me. That's why I have a liberating lingo. I expand through life. I rise out of situations. I energize, enterprise, energize. I always want to be electrified frequencies of foresight, rebellious energy, quantifying everyday life with natural abilities. But it's my frequencies of foresight, ignite my light of life to take flight with my liberating lingo as I rise out of the socialized BS of life. But and see something else, I really am awake and aware. My liberating lingo, present moment communication, rises me out of the stuck in self-help, personal growth, self-improvement, and psychology yuck of drama and trauma, because they keep wanting to talk about drama and trauma. Well, you talk about drama and stress every day, that's what you get. When you rise out of it with a liberating lingo, you undress the stress to feel blessed, and you unwind the divine daredevilry, set you free with your prime time trend-setting imagination, magically energizing your life with sovereign valor and sovereign liberation. Liberation rises you out of all the stuff, but you really want to understand and pay attention, because in 2004 I stopped listening to all self-help personal growth, because all it is was ingraining and draining me with drama, trauma, and everything that happened, because it never said you expand out of yesterday and rise of your dreamer's dexterity right here, right now, in a bright, bold way. Because all the stuff I did in self-help, personal growth, self-improvement is right here. And now today, I'm going to be very honest with you. I never listen or read anything that's punctuated. But really, since I've expanded of liberation, inspiration, wisdom, insight, clarity, comprehend, I have zero interest in reading anybody's self-help, personal growth stuff. Because if it's got think, know, learn, drama, trauma, stress, I no longer read it. I'm just showing you a way that I expanded my life. So with that, I'm going to let you go. And may your evening be as blessed as you are a blessing to me and the world, as I flow of the go of galvanized optimism. And may your life be as blessed as you are a blessing to me and the world.